You are tuning in to the You Are Loved podcast, where we hope to bring love and kindness to the world.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have another amazing You Are Loved podcast with Miss Kristen Greenwood. Kristen is the executive director of Girl Spring, a Birmingham-based nonprofit with a mission of empowering girls ages 9 to 18. Prior to her role at Girl Spring, she oversaw public educational programs at the Birmingham Museum of Art, where she worked from 2000 to 2015 and developed the teen leadership program, Teen BMA. She's over 20 years of experience in the nonprofit sector in multiple areas, including program development and management, community partnerships, fundraising, grant writing, public speaking, and relationship building. She holds an MA in art history from University of Alabama at Birmingham. In 2018, she was one of 16 selected to be a participant of the BBVA Compass Momentum Business Developmental Program, developed in conjunction with the University of Texas. And in 2019, she was selected as a UAB Top 25 Excellence in Business Award recipient. She currently serves on the UAB National Alumni Board and is a member of the Junior League of Birmingham. That's where my dad goes to all of his doctor's appointments, like the major stuff for the hospital's UAB.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It's a big hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. When she's not working, she and her husband enjoy traveling and take advantage of Birmingham's great restaurant scene. They have been to Italy 10 times and want to eventually move to Italy when they retire one day. Fun fact, Miss Greenwood comes from a long line of spelling experts. She won the county spelling bee in 5th and 6th grade, and her mother came in 3rd place in the national spelling bee. That's awesome, Kristen. That's a fun fact for sure.
It's my one fun fact.
Yeah. I need to know some really good brunch places in Birmingham. That's what I want. Because I love brunch and Coleman doesn't have any.
Oh, yeah. We have some great brunch places. I can tell you more after the show.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for hopping on today. I really appreciate it. And so can you just share a little bit about what Girl Spring does?
Sure. Yeah. So we are, as you said, Birmingham-based nonprofit. We were founded in 2010 by Jane Comer, who is a Birmingham native, a philanthropist, and a big supporter of both women and girls and the arts. And so we empower girls. That's our overall mission. And so we do that through a couple of different programs. Our longest running program is our Teen Leadership Program and our website, which kind of go hand in hand. So the website is like an online magazine created for girls by girls. And so that group of girls is mostly from Birmingham, but ever since COVID, we started meeting on Zoom. So there's a few girls even from other states that participate. So they meet once a month. They discuss the topics they want to address, and then there's a group of them that write for the website, whether personal essay, poetry, artwork, different things. And then that group also, the girls that are in Birmingham, they volunteer at different things in the community that are empowering to women and girls. They also help plan programs, both for their peers and, mostly for their peers. But so the girls might have the opportunity to serve as a moderator on a panel for our public programs, or they might help lead an activity at some of our public programs. So anyway, the teen group and the website, that's one thing. The other thing is public educational programs called Wonder Women programs, where we introduce girls to women who have either broken the glass ceiling in their career or who are doing something amazing in the community that can really serve as like strong female role models, so the girls can see themselves doing these things one day. And we have a lot of like public educational events that focus on health and wellness, college and career, different things throughout the year. Then we have in-school programs, which are, we have a trained facilitator who goes into the schools and leads. There's a couple of different ones we have. We have a 6-week social emotional learning that's just for girls, where the last session is how do you have the confidence to navigate in any setting, whether, school, college, career, when you realize you're the only girl sitting at the table. And
Right.
so how do you do that with confidence? And then we have a healthy relationships for middle school and high school that explores different, both friendships and romantic relationships and parental relationships and setting up boundaries and dealing with mean friend groups and stuff like that. We're also starting in the fall a specific girls' health curriculum that focuses on health and hygiene, things that happen as you are like getting ready to start your period. So body changes, acne, hair, puberty, all of that. And then an annual summer camp, comedy and improv summer camp. So that's our other ongoing program.
That sounds like fun. That's great for like the arts and stuff like that, for the comedy.
It's so
summer
fun.
camp. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have a blast with that. That's pretty awesome. You're starting that next summer?
So we just finished it. So this is the eighth.
Oh.
I think it's the 8th year in a row we've done it. So we work with these two comics from Second City, which is in Chicago, which is like where a lot of the Saturday Night Live actors go to train. It's a very prestigious, in the comedy and improv world. So there's a woman there that I met through a friend of a friend that started this she camp there. Her name is Jessica Antes. And anyway, we've been lucky enough to bring it to Birmingham for the past 8 years. So she and her co-teacher come and spend a week here, and girls learn, they learn joke writing, they learn basic improv stuff, and they have a dance party. They do all kinds of fun things. And then they do a friends and family showcase at the end of the week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So now they get to like show off everything that they learned that week.
Exactly. Yes. It's a ton of fun.
That's exciting. Oh my gosh. I love that. So it's weird how like some of the stuff that you've, not weird, but like some of the stuff that you've mentioned kind of really coincide with what we're trying to do too.
Yeah.
For teens. So I think that's awesome. So now Girl Spring exists to empower like girls during one of the most influential stages of their life. From everything you've witnessed over the years of being there, what do you believe is like the biggest obstacle preventing girls today from believing in their worth and their own worth and potential?
Yeah. I think I think there's a couple of things. There's, one, there's like starting at around age 9, girls really start to question their confidence. They start to look at themselves as, different than boys, and they start to think, can I do these things that anyone else can do? And so that, for whatever reason, part of the reason is because then later in life, they don't see adults in women top CEO positions, not at the same ratio as men. So, they don't see people in big, high career positions like them. They don't, and then STEM is another area where they don't see, they're not seeing these role models that are like women, strong women.
Yeah.
I think, so that not having the role models plays a part in how they're feeling about themselves. And then also, social media, probably number one. It is, there's so much with realizing that there's been a party and you were not invited to it. And because you're seeing all the pictures, there's also seeing all the AI generated, whether even before AI generated, just, perfectionism, the people you see on posts are not, they do not really look like that without really good lighting and cameras, or their life isn't, nobody posts the bad stuff on social media. It's always like, everything's
the crazy
great
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you see that and you see my life is not as great as that, or I don't feel as pretty as that, that's huge impact on girls.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because even like when I was a kid and you had the teen magazines, that's where it was. It was like the Photoshop, the touching up, the making look perfect. And it's like,
Right.
and you would think that in your mind, you're like, well, these should be natural. You know what I mean? And it's,
Yeah.
but it's not, and it's like, dang, it's like, I would always compare myself, to the girls and like, oh, I wish my boobs were bigger, or I had a
Right.
prettier face, or my hair was longer, or,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And so nowadays it's so much more for the young girls to have to deal with,
Yeah.
and understanding, who they are. So we have my cousin's daughter staying with us for the summer, and she's just turned 9. So she's like right at
Mm,
that age. And
yeah.
so every once in a while I like grab her face, especially after she gets in trouble for something, for not listening or whatever. And then I just have her repeat a mantra like, I'm beautiful, I'm smart,
Yeah.
and just go through a whole line of stuff. And she she just doesn't even fight it anymore. Before, she would be like all quiet and meek about it, but now she repeats it because she knows I'm going to keep bugging her to do it until she does it.
Yeah.
But I want her to build up her self-confidence, and know that she's loved and she's smart, and she can accomplish anything she wants. So
It's true. Everybody needs a cheerleader, and yeah, it sounds like you're her cheerleader. So
yeah,
great.
yeah. So speaking about that, like with like 9-year-olds and the age ranges that Girl Springs deals with, why do you think like that specific time frame is so critical in shaping like a girl's future?
I mean, I think so starting with age 9, like I was saying, just there's this, all of a sudden girls start doubting themselves and having
Mm-hmm.
confidence issues. And then going, and then, I mean, puberty, body changes. I mean, that's a whole nother set of issues, of things you've never experienced before to deal with. And then going into middle school too. I think middle school is probably even harder than high school because, depending on where you live, you might be, for the first time ever, going to a whole new school with new people that maybe didn't go to your old school.
Yeah.
And so, you're meeting all these new people, you're having all these changes around that time, that's also new. And then, kind of, and this is one of the things we do in our social emotional learning is building a personal brand, because, you're kind of trying to figure out like, who are you? Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the person that's known for being excellent at sports? Are you known for being the fashionista? Are you known for being, super intelligent? What is it? What is your thing?
Yeah.
And so trying to really figure out that and how you want to be seen, and what, finding your friend group, all of that. So, I mean, there's just so many big changes coming all at once. I think that those years, like really between like about 9 and 10 through even 9th grade, are really so critical to,
Mm-hmm.
having skills that teach you how to feel confident in yourself, being supported, being around a group of supportive people that are positive, that are telling you to believe in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all of those things.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It was interesting because when I did some volunteering with another nonprofit, and we did like our one-of-one program and stuff like that with them. It was interesting when the kids would come in after school and just to see all the different dynamics. It's like, oh, you're the cheerleader, you're the popular one,
Right.
you're the smart one, you're the shy one. You know what I mean? It was just like
Yeah.
interesting to see it. It was like, so it was fun to, and then one was the clown and the jokester and stuff like that. But as soon as it came to like when they were, didn't want to participate or this or that for various reasons, like maybe they had struggle reading and they were
Yeah.
embarrassed, and you don't know that, but when it came, and that they all love to get stickers. This is third graders. And then they all wanted to be able to help, like pick up the books or the pencils or the erasers or different, like they all wanted to participate and being able to get up to be able to be a part of that participation part of it.
Right.
So, and then you kind of just learn that I learned put kids in different roles and like leadership roles and stuff like that to help them encourage their fellow classmates and so forth. So it was an interesting experience, and coming as an adult now, an outsider from when I was a kid in the middle of it all, like still past traumas and stuff from school or whatever, is like interesting to see it and like be able to like, okay, now I see all the different dynamics, but everyone's just uniquely and wonderfully made, and they all have certain characteristics, and they're all beautiful for that. And I hope that they all realize that, it's so hard to see that when you're in the middle of it though,
Absolutely. Yeah. I always, tell the girls, if you're, every one of you, like you're 15 years old, you're beautiful. Like every single one of you is beautiful. I don't say, wait till you get wrinkles, but they, I mean, really, when you're 15, everyone's beautiful.
Now, yes, we all have, yeah. So, okay, so here's a good question.
Okay.
Social media often gets blamed for like self-esteem issues, right? We were just talking about that. But what pressures do you think girls are facing today that parents and teachers may not even recognize? Because I know I've missed stuff, all the time.
Yeah. You mean related specifically to social media or?
There's self-esteem issues. It's like a lot of times social media gets blamed for that, but there's other outside pressures, right? Imagine we were growing up, we didn't have social media, but there were still all these different pressures that we were facing in different stages of the, from like 9 or 8 or whatever until 18. It was all this different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think, depending, and of course it depends. We work with all, like a variety of girls from all different backgrounds. So, I think girls that are really supported, really live a comfortable life, they still have issues and problems dealing with self-esteem that you don't see. So, I mean, I've seen girls that are super accomplished, super, drop dead gorgeous that, out on the outside, they look like everything's great. But then on the inside, they've had eating disorders, they're suffering with things that they don't tell anybody about, just confidence, self-doubt, just thinking, comparison. I've had girls that are also like, maybe they have siblings or friends that are really smart, and maybe they are academically smart. And so maybe if you're a girl that's smart in other ways and not, maybe doesn't test well or doesn't, do well on in science and math or something, then that can cause a lot of self-esteem issues too, because you see all your friends going to like math conference or math team conference, and then if you're not getting into that, that's like, why am I not as good? So I see that a lot, and then I think and then girls on the flip side that maybe have more less comfortable lives, or maybe from lower income households, they are dealing with so much behind the scenes, like whether that means single parent or, maybe living with a grandparent or, who knows. That also, like when you have all that going on behind the scenes, the girls ask themselves, how can I be trying to do all these other things, like socially or academically, when I have when I have to take care of my parents or my grandmother or whatever. So I mean, so there's a lot on different, no matter what background, I think there's still struggles that are going on behind the scenes that affect your self-esteem.
Yeah. It's different. Yeah. It's a lot of different family dynamics and just, understanding that not everyone is going to be exactly the same. There's not a lot of, unfortunately, the sad part is not a lot of nuclear families. And when you do have a standard nuclear family, it's a blessing because then you have that solid of, everyone in the household. But, there's a mix of everything, and we need to be loving and kind and accepting. So here's my one other things. What do you guys do? Because like sometimes, like, when I was in school, it was really a lot of other females that were just so mean, or stuck up or snobby or just, like rude or whatever.
For sure.
So how do you work with that with like females and like even in adult life, right? Where sometimes, like, say a lot of times when women, especially in their 20s, they get dressed up, they look good. I don't personally, but they say they look good to try to dress up for other females. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't dress for other females. I dress for, myself.
Right. Yeah.
But like, what do you do to try to help build the females up to know like, hey, like we need to have better relationships and women need to come together? And
so, I mean, I will say, so with the teen group in particular, the teen group is very much driven by the teens. So they're talking about things on our website that they recognize as issues that they want to talk about. Mm-hmm. So one, I think for that group, like the girls have to be interviewed and be, approved before getting into the group. I think because of the kind of reputation that Girl Spring has, if you were like, I hate to say a mean girl, but if you are more interested in putting other people down or, purely worried about how you look or what your social status is, then you probably would not apply to be a part of the group. So just by being in that group, I think you're surrounded by girls that are very positive, that want to support each other, and that are not going to be the kind of girls that dress up just to make themselves look better than somebody else. Yeah. So just having that support system, I think, and because these girls are from all different schools, I think it also gives you like a break from the normal social circles at school. So surround yourself by other positive girls your age. I think that really helps a lot. I think that there's things that girls have written on our website specifically about just, be happy with your looks. Don't dress up for somebody else.
And do you guys help like empower and encourage the girls to support each other and love on each other and be positive and edifying each other?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And they have like a group chat where they can share things that they've done outside of Girl Spring too. So like, one of them in particular I know is in theater. And so she's been in some local productions that are not school productions with a local theater company, and everybody can cheer and attend that if they want and cheer her on. So it's nice to see things like that. And then with our in-school programs, those are really, we have like 6 specific things. And the personal brand topic is a really important one, I think, because it really helps you figure out your identity. And if you, want to be the person that's seen as the person who dresses up just to show everybody else how much you can dress up. Or do you want to be the person who is like fixing the crown? That's like a cliche thing, but, fix the crown on the other girl's head. Yeah. It's one of the kind of cliche things people say, but it's true, So I think that we encourage all the girls in Girl Spring to be that girl, to be the girl who supports another girl and lifts her up instead of trying to
break her down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to get involved and to be able to support what you do there, how would they make that happen? How can they find out some more information? What can they do?
Yeah. So our website is girlspring.com, and then on Instagram and Facebook, our handle is is Girl Spring Power, all one word, all lowercase. And that probably the Instagram and Facebook is the best way to stay updated about programs and what's coming up. And then if they're in Birmingham, our teen group, or even if they're not in Birmingham, our teen group takes applications really year round, but we do a big push right before the school year. So in the next month, we'll be doing a big push for girls to join that group. And that's for girls ages 13 to 18. And then the in-school programs, you do have to be in Birmingham for that. But school teachers or parents interested in getting a program at their school, they can also just go to our website or our Instagram and message us, and we'll be back in touch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you one last question, Kristen, because we have like about 4 minutes left. Who is the woman who believed in you before you fully believed in yourself?
Gosh, that's a tough question. I mean, probably my mom. I was an only child, and my mom always thought I was the, prettiest person ever and the smartest person. And if I, got a bad grade on a test, she would go to the teacher, even though it was probably my fault. She would go to the teacher and say, how do you, do you think this is right? Because she's very smart, so I just don't think she should be getting this bad grade. So yeah, my mom.
That's funny. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
My mom would say stuff to me like, I'd be like, you have to say that. You're my mom.
It is true. Yeah. I think moms sometimes have a very inflated image of their children, but that, that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Kristen, thank you so much for hopping on. I really appreciate it. We'll have your links, the links and everything in the bio, in the description on all the social media pages.
Great.
But that'll go right back to Girl Spring, and will allow people opportunity to be able to donate.
Okay, awesome.
To learn more and how to implement it in their own school.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, talk soon. Bye.
Everyone, thank you so much for another You Are Loved podcast. It was absolutely amazing. We're so happy to have Kristen with Girl Spring on today, and just looking forward to all the new guests that we have coming up. All right. Have an amazing day.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of You Are Loved. If you have any topic ideas or would like to be a guest on the show, please hit us up on Instagram at youareloved.store.